Hello and welcome back to Sonny Talks Spurs, and today I'm going to be pleading my case and begging the Tottenham board to sign Jota from Al-Ittihad. But before we get into this video, if you are new to the channel, why don't you leave a like on the video, subscribe to Sonny Talks Spurs and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. Now, let's get into this transfer deep dive. So amidst all the negative news coming out of Tottenham Hotspur regarding injuries, and we've just obviously had the news about Rodrigo Bentancur as well, absolutely devastating. I hope he recovers well and comes back even stronger this time round. You know, Tottenham have now got an injured, I think, 11 plus subs with the amount of people we've got out and suspended at the moment ahead of this game against Manchester City. But, as I say, amidst all this, we have some positive news regarding our transfer, who Tottenham fans will be very intrigued about and actually quite keen, because it's Jota, previously of Celtic, who obviously was Ange Postecoglou's former club and former player, and now he is plying his trade in the Saudi Pro League, Saudi Arabia, for Al-Ittihad, you know, with the likes of Benzema and Fabinho and Kante, formerly managed by former coach of Tottenham, Nuno Espirito Santo. But the news has been circulating, and you know, various journalists from different outlets have given their opinion and thoughts on the matter. So I'm going to read a few of them out to start. So one of them says, Al-Ittihad winger Jota is on the radar of Tottenham Hotspur ahead of the January transfer window. Spurs were interested in the possibility of signing Jota on a free transfer if his contract was terminated, and that would still be considered a deal so long as Al-Ittihad's price isn't prohibitive. And also Jacob Steinberg has tweeted as well, saying Tottenham want to sign a centre-back and a central midfielder in January. Although they are open to signing a forward, attack is not their priority. Spurs could consider a move for Jota, but the interest in the Al-Ittihad attacker is not advanced. I mean, we've been linked to this player for a while now. He first of all came to fruition in the summer, before he's moved to Al-Ittihad. I, for one, wanted us to go out and sign this player, but before we were linked with Brennan Johnson and Gift Orban and players like that. Obviously, we've been linked with Antonio Nusa and Santiago Jimenez. I've done videos on them already, so you can go and watch them when you've watched this one. But I just think this is a no-brainer. Surely this is a no-brainer. A former player of Ange Postecoglou who shone for him at Celtic, you know, his club where he really put his name on the map, you know, obviously at the Australian national team and Brisbane Roar and Yokohama F. Marinos. But Celtic was where the European giants and the European heavyweights really got to know Ange Postecoglou and his ways. And this player, Jota, he's an absolute whirlwind. I believe personally he should have gone to Saudi Arabia for, you know, his age of 24 years old. He really should have been eyeing up a bigger move in Europe. I'm not saying, you know, Celtic are a big European club, but he should have been looking at a top 5 league, the Premier League, and I really think Tottenham should do all they can in January to sign this player. You know, maybe we can force the hand of Al-Ittihad and really get them, you know, get a deal that's good for us and good for them, because this player doesn't seem to want to stay at this club. I just think it's, as I keep saying, a no-brainer. Played for the manager, knows the system. In an area I think we need more than the Jacob Steinberg tweet says. I think, you know, centre-back is still a priority. Midfielder, obviously Bentancur, you know, but then again, I feel like there's more, we can solve more issues in that area. Whereas when it comes to winger, Richarlison's out injured, Manor Solomon's out injured, Ryan Sessegnong's out injured, even Perisic is out injured, probably played his last game for the club. So it's an area we need to look in. And also, it's an area where we're lacking some creativity. Don't get me wrong, I think Brennan Johnson is a good signing and he's going to come good. Kulusevski, amazing. Think he might be better in a deeper position, to be fair. But lack of goals from these areas is what I'm noticing. You know, a lot of our goal scoring is done by Son, but he's going through a bit of a sticky patch in the last couple of games. Whereas I think Jota could offer something where, you know, he can be a prominent goal scorer. He can offer us a different outlet. He can be more creative. In, you know, an Ange Postecoglou winger is interesting because they've got to be so far out on the flanks and then come inside. And then the two wing backs are playing as, you know, versatile eights as well and sort of taking that middle space. So I just think it is a very obvious signing, maybe a bit more of a more likely signing than maybe an Antonio Nusa. Depends what, you know, with our new stat-based signing, you know, way we're going with transfers. Maybe this one maybe makes a bit more sense for the likes of, you know, Johan Lang to really sink their teeth into. So obviously in these sort of videos where I do these deep dives, the next stage is obviously looking at some of their goal numbers and stats. So on screen now, I've got his career goal stats. In 207 appearances, he scored 46 goals and made 45 assists, which I just think is incredible. You know, you look in the Scottish League there, 18 goals, 18 assists, just really very strong for a winger. I just think it just makes too much sense. I'm sorry, you know, and you look at on these positions played as well. Left wing, right wing, versatile, left mid, right mid, second striker, centre forward. He's the obvious and protege for this position at such a good young age as well, that he can be moulded into a better player and play in a league which will be perfect for the Portuguese international. You know, even his breakdown of goals, you know, left winger, 78 appearances, 22 goals, 28 assists. Right winger, 40 appearances, 13 goals, 11 assists. I think he could offer such a good outlet in this team. You know, Bryan Hill, I don't think he is the answer for Tottenham going forward in literal sense and in the futuristic sense as well. I just don't think he will offer what Jota could offer us in a team. And I just think because of how it's all worked out with this sort of transfer and the fact that he doesn't want to be out in Saudi Arabia anymore, I just think it makes sense to sort of like sweep up the mess that's happened and sort of make the most of it. I feel like as well, when you have a manager that you're so invested in, you want this sort of player who's his player, who you can sort of invest in. You know, when Ange Postecoglou's side, there was rumours that we could try and get Kyogo, we could get Rio Hatate, so which I think were less likely, and it'd be interesting to see how they would do with the step up. But I think Jota is the perfect player, and you know, he's not enjoyed playing in the Saudi Pro League. It just makes sense to go and sign him. I think he would be fantastic. I think he would be versatile. I think he would be electric. And he's also got that really good chant, which is to the tune of that song that goes, was it Ruma, yeah, but it's like Jota on the wing, Jota, Jota on the wing. So another one for Tottenham fans to really get behind. Just think, Daniel Levy, if you were to listen to this, go and sign Jota now. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think we should sign Jota from Al-Ittihad? I believe, as I say, no brainer. Got to be done. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed the video, why don't you leave a like on it, subscribe to Sonny Talks Spurs and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. And I've been Sonny, and I'll see you again pretty soon, and a ciao.